This week in artificial intelligence has been nothing short of breathtaking, the kind of week where every headline feels like a glimpse into the future we thought was still a decade away. And yet here it is, landing in our laps, reshaping how we browse the internet, how we meet, how we work, and even how machines are proving themselves in competitions once thought to be uniquely human. Imagine for a moment opening your browser, and instead of being greeted by a blank search bar and a jungle of tabs, you're met with something that feels more like a personal assistant. Not just an assistant that fetches information, but one that anticipates, organizes, drafts, and even shops for you. That's the promise Google laid out this week as it unveiled a sweeping transformation of Chrome for the AI era. No longer will the browser simply load pages. With Gemini embedded directly into its very fabric, Chrome is now positioning itself as your daily co-pilot. You'll have AI agents running in the background, ready to jump in with suggestions, autofill complex tasks, and offer an AI mode right in the search bar that helps you without dragging you to another page. Picture browsing Amazon and suddenly realizing you need gift ideas for a birthday. Instead of switching tabs or Googling best birthday gifts for tech lovers, Chrome's Gemini could parse through your history, understand your budget, and recommend a curated list right on the spot. It could even add items to your cart, but here's the kicker. It will stop before doing anything irreversible, always asking for your permission before moving forward. Convenient? Absolutely. But doesn't that also raise a question? When your browser is acting, shopping, and organizing on your behalf, how much of your decision-making are you handing over? And how much are you comfortable letting it know about you? Google insists on safeguards, but trust isn't built in a week. It's earned over years, and right now, competitors like Microsoft Edge and Safari are watching closely. If Chrome becomes the go-to thinking browser, the others won't stay quiet for long. But here's where it gets fascinating. While you're wondering if your browser is trustworthy enough to be your personal secretary, somewhere halfway across the world an AI just won a gold medal that no human could. At the International Collegiate Programming Contest in Azerbaijan, Google DeepMind's Gemini 2.5 stunned the academic world by becoming the first AI system to claim a gold medal in one of the toughest problem-solving competitions ever created. For context, the ICPC isn't your average coding challenge. It's where the sharpest human minds, elite university programmers, grapple with problems designed to test abstract reasoning, optimization, and logic under brutal time pressure. These problems are not about Googling solutions or repeating known formulas. They demand the kind of creative, constraint-based thinking we often describe as uniquely human. And yet, Gemini 2.5 walked into this arena and outperformed every single human team on one of the hardest problems, optimizing liquid flow through a maze-like duct system. Think about that. Teams of brilliant students, trained for years, couldn't crack it. The AI did. Of course, Gemini wasn't perfect. Out of 12 problems, it failed too. But still, the fact that an AI outscored the best human competitors and walked away with gold is nothing short of historic. This is a line in the sand. We've seen milestones before. Deep Blue's triumph in chess, AlphaGo's legendary victory in the ancient game of Go, and AlphaFold's game-changing breakthrough in predicting protein structures. But what makes Gemini 2.5's achievement different is that it wasn't just solving a symbolic game. It was reasoning, optimizing, and creating under constraints, performing in ways that map directly onto real-world challenges. Imagine applying this kind of reasoning to global shipping routes, to energy grids, to climate modeling, to designing more efficient chips. That's the dream. But let's not get carried away too fast. These were clean, bounded competition problems. Real-world data is messy, unpredictable, and far less forgiving. The question becomes, can Gemini handle that chaos? And let's not forget the resources. What kind of computational horsepower did this gold medal require? Is this a breakthrough accessible to universities and startups, or will it remain locked behind the massive data centers of tech giants? For now, one thing is clear. AI is no longer just keeping pace with human reasoning. In some arenas, it's pulling ahead. While Gemini was grabbing medals, another AI quietly prepared to make your everyday life a little less chaotic. Zoom, the app that became synonymous with work from home during the pandemic, just unveiled its AI Companion 3.0, and if you hate meetings, you're going to want to pay attention. How many times have you left a meeting thinking, wait, what was I supposed to do again? Or, did anyone actually write down the action items? Zoom's new AI doesn't just listen in and spit out a transcript. It summarizes meetings, highlights the key points, automatically generates action items, and even drafts follow-up emails so you don't waste another half-hour piecing everything together. Imagine finishing a client call, and within minutes, you get a crisp summary in your inbox. What was agreed upon, who owes what, deadlines clearly spelled out. That's the promise. But here's the risk. What if the AI misses something critical? What if it misinterprets a decision and tells your boss you committed to something you never agreed to? Suddenly, the AI isn't saving you time, it's creating chaos. Accuracy isn't optional here, it's everything. Then there's the privacy issue. Zoom handles sensitive conversations daily, business deals, healthcare discussions, financial planning. How is AI Companion processing that data? Is it local, cloud-based, encrypted? The answers matter, because one slip, one breach, and trust evaporates. Still, the momentum is undeniable. AI is no longer just an assistant waiting to be prompted. It's evolving into a collaborator that nudges you along, organizes the chaos, and makes sure nothing falls through the cracks. The real question is, are we ready to let a machine take that much responsibility for our professional lives? Or will we start to miss the imperfections that make human collaboration uniquely human? And speaking of responsibility, consider the IT teams running the digital backbones of our world. This week, research from UiPath revealed that agentic AI systems capable of adapting, learning, and acting with autonomy, are about to redefine how enterprises operate. According to the report, a staggering 93% of IT leaders are already interested in or actively experimenting with agentic AI. Think about the possibilities. An automated help desk that resolves routine issues before you even submit a ticket. Cybersecurity systems that detect and neutralize threats in seconds without waiting for a human analyst to catch up. Data centers that reallocate resources dynamically, saving energy and costs in real time. This isn't the distant future. It's happening now. But autonomy comes with baggage. When AI acts on behalf of an enterprise, the stakes are much higher. Employees and customers alike need to understand why decisions are being made, which means explainability is not a nice-to-have, it's essential. Security also looms large. More autonomy means more ways things can go wrong, more opportunities for malicious actors to exploit vulnerabilities. And then there's culture. Companies can't just drop in autonomous agents and expect magic. They'll need governance, oversight, and even retraining of staff to coexist with these new digital teammates. The shift isn't just technological, it's cultural, organizational, and even ethical. We're not just automating tasks anymore. We're handing over judgment. Are we ready for that? Or are we sprinting into a future where machines make decisions we don't fully understand and only notice when things go wrong? If the browser is becoming your assistant, if AI is winning coding competitions, if Zoom is organizing your meetings, and if IT systems are turning semi-autonomous, then it's no surprise that even your operating system is getting an AI infusion. Microsoft has been steadily rolling out new features in Windows 11 through its Insider program, and the September builds brought some particularly interesting changes. There's the new Fluid Dictation for voice access, powered by on-device language models that make speech-to-text smoother, faster, and available even offline. That's a huge deal for accessibility, productivity, and privacy. Then there are updates to studio effects, extending features like background blur and eye correction to secondary cameras, even basic USB webcams. For creators, that means fewer excuses for grainy video and more polished content with less hassle. File Explorer now even lets you call Copilot directly from context menus. Imagine right-clicking a document and asking, "Summarize this for me," without opening it. That's the kind of micro-productivity shift that adds up over time. And in a nod to transparency, Windows now includes a recent activity section in privacy settings, showing you exactly which third-party apps have been making AI requests. These may sound like small things, but they add up to a bigger picture. AI isn't an app you launch anymore. It's woven into the very fabric of your OS. It's there when you talk, when you browse files, when you adjust your camera. It's everywhere. But not every feature will make it to prime time. Insider builds are experiments, and some will never ship broadly. Others may only work on newer machines with the right hardware. That leaves users with a question. Are you ready to embrace an operating system that thinks alongside you? Or will you find yourself hunting for the off switch when it feels like too much? And if all of this wasn't enough, a few bonus stories this week reveal just how global and personal the AI shift is becoming. Anthropic released new data showing how usage of its Claude AI differs by region. Unsurprisingly, wealthier countries lead in per capita use. But in lower and middle-income countries, AI adoption is surging, and the pattern looks different. Instead of collaborating with AI like a teammate, many users hand entire tasks over to the system. Full delegation, not just assistance. That difference could reshape innovation itself, as diverse regions push AI into solving different kinds of problems. At the same time, regulators worldwide are tightening scrutiny. Child safety, chatbot content, and ethical safeguards are under the microscope. Companies that fail to address these issues up front could face restrictions, investigations, or outright bans. And on a lighter but equally telling note, Android's September update introduced features like LE audio sharing for broadcasting music and personalized Android bots created from selfies and prompts. It might sound like fun and games, but it signals something bigger. Personalization is becoming as central to AI as productivity. Our tools aren't just helping us work better, they're starting to reflect who we are, how we see ourselves, and how we interact with the digital world. Which brings us to the biggest takeaway of all. AI is no longer a flashy tool or a side project. It's becoming infrastructure. From the browser to the OS, from meetings to IT systems, it's embedding itself everywhere, invisibly shaping our decisions, our work, and even our identities. And that's why the stakes have never been higher. Next week, keep an eye out for how competitors respond to Chrome's AI overhaul, whether Gemini 2.5's methods get shared or locked away, how users react to Zoom's AI Companion 3.0, and what new case studies emerge from agentic AI in real-world IT teams. The question now isn't whether AI will reshape our lives, it's how fast, and whether we'll shape it back in time. So, what do you think? Are you ready for browsers that shop, meetings that organize themselves, and operating systems that anticipate your every move? Or do you see a future where handing over this much control leaves us more vulnerable than ever? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button if you found this week's roundup eye-opening, and subscribe to stay ahead of the curve. Because if this is what AI can do in just 1 week, imagine what the next will bring. Until then, stay curious, stay critical, and let your tools serve you, not the other way around.